What improved your life so much you wish you did sooner? I stopped living my life just waiting for the weekend. When you work 5 days a week and have just 2 off, it's not good to be always waiting for those 2 days. You can plan something meaningful or fun every day, even if it's just a small thing. This is a good one, but hard to do for some people. I'm up at 4:30 a.m. to get ready for work and don't get home till 6:00 p.m. That gives me 3-ish hours to eat dinner, shower, and unwind before I need to go to bed. Unfortunately, I spent my entire week looking forward to the weekend. To talk about my depression, don't be too afraid to seek for help. Flossing. Actually, I use a water pick now. Now my hygiene and cleaning visits are a breeze, and I haven't had a cavity in years. Learn Spanish. Now, I have a lot of amazing Latino friends, and I got a lot of great gigs and opportunities because of it. I came here to say this. Learning Spanish has changed my life. I have friends all over the world now. I'm going to Europe for the first time this year. I feel like the world has opened up for me. Now I'm back in school learning how to teach English to Spanish speakers, and I'm learning French. Plus, it was a huge confidence booster. Just packed up and moved thousands of miles away. Left everything behind and just started over. Besides some debt, a suitcase, and contacts for only the non-toxic people in my life, it's been an extremely liberating experience. And looking back, nothing was really preventing me from doing it sooner. No real reasons at least. I just kept coming up with excuses not to do it until one day I couldn't think of one. Not everyone can afford this, but moving closer to work. My commute went from 45 miserable minutes in traffic glaring in hatred at the taillights in front of me to a pleasant 15-minute bike ride. I got an hour of free time every day and better health. Got a proper diagnosis. I think a lot of people that for years question themselves, what's wrong with me? When they finally get diagnosed, it's a big relief and changes a lot in a better way. Bachelor degree at 47 years old, master degree at 50 years old. Doubled my salary in 4 years from just getting by to on track for retiring at 60. Exercise every day. Anxiety and depression are much easier to manage, and I got some confidence I haven't had in years. Do you know that I give you money for uploading my videos to TikTok, and the one who gains the most views in a month gets an extra $1,000? More details on my Discord server, link in the comments. Low impact cardio. Love to run, but it destroyed my legs. I can swim my little heart out. Swimming is great, lots of fun, refreshing, and good exercise. Audiobooks, commutes, walks, yard work, chores, watching kids at the park, lounging around Etsy are all way better and some of the highlights of my day. I even listen when I fall asleep, and it helps me sleep faster and gives me something to enjoy if I have a random bout of insomnia. I'm about to go camping and know I'll sleep like garbage and enjoy every minute of laying in a tent not sleeping. Finally talking with my then new family doctor about my misuse of decongestant nose spray. He told me it's a common issue and that there is help. 1.5 years of tapering off and 2 surgeries later, I used bad nose spray for the final time. I could kick myself for not talking about it for more than 20 years. I started flower gardening. Really relaxing. You will see results all summer. Lots of successes and failures, but failures bring improvements. And I listen to Audible books while I'm at it sometimes. Especially great if you have a desk job. Quitting drinking is the best thing I've ever done for my mental and physical health, and it's done nothing but improve my relationships. The last year and a half have been the best I've ever had. Daily exercise. It doubled my energy for an hour out of my day. Doing at least 1 chore a day. You would be amazed at how well getting something done, even if you hate it, can fight back against certain depressive mentalities, particularly the ones that convince you you're useless or are a burden. Learning to set boundaries and say no. Yes, it feels so wrong at first. People get so angry when you quit being a doormat. Quitting smoking. My social skills. Looking back, I could have made some awesome new friends, but nope, my anxiety-driven ex had to be difficult back then. Moved away from the state I grew up in. I didn't know how unhappy I was. I had gotten used to being miserable, and now that I'm in a better area, I'm a completely different person. I did fencing in college, and after that, I just couldn't make it work with my school and work schedule. 15 years later, I found a club and started doing it again. I hate every other sport, and exercising just to exercise is unpleasant and boring. This is the only one for me, and I needed something to make me active. Eating dinner or a late snack at work. Too often I would leave work hungry, and the temptation driving past Chick-fil-A or the corner taco shop was too much. I've kept my weight under control for a couple of years now, having dropped from the 220s to the 170s. Walking. I've got stamina again. Walking every day is one of the best things I've done for myself. It's a stress relief and has helped to maintain or lose weight. Plus, this is something I can keep doing into old age provided I have the mobility. Learning how to do everything myself. Car issue. Look it up. Fix my fence. Look it up. Just do it all myself. Replace valves. Look it up. If they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Accepting adversity is a part of any process. We make it too overwhelmed from time to time when adversity hits, but if you take a peek at the future, it all starts to feel smaller and make more sense. Quitting drinking. Everything is easier these days, coming up on 4 years. Listening to the sound of rain to fall asleep. Moving out of my home country. Got a bite at toilet attachment. There's nothing like having a clean ass all the time. Finding the right therapist. Been in since I was 9 and found the right one at 23. It's only been maybe 6 months, but I've already unpacked so much more trauma in that small time than I did all the other years wasted in therapy. Getting a WFH 40-hour-a-week job. I was working like 55 hours a week in a warehouse before, so much room for activities. No one has said it yet, but laser eye surgery. Best money I've ever spent. I begrudgingly started lifting weights when I was 30 due to some back pain that caused me to barely be able to get out of my office chair. I forced myself to go for a few weeks, then I started looking forward to going to the gym, then after a while I became a total gym rat meathead. I wish I had started lifting when I was a teenager. Not only did it cure my back pain, but I lost weight, look and feel much better, and the doctor says all my health indicators are spot on now as I am in my 40s, and in addition it's like a hobby for me now that I tinker with and socialize with other people who are into the same thing, etc. Trying to be more positive in general. I dedicate at least 30 minutes every day to playing with my kid, full stop. I used to just play with him sometimes and feel guilty when I couldn't. But then I realized something. I was journaling every day about my feelings, and I realized that the high point of every single day was the time I spent playing pretend with him because we're both so joyful. He's 6, and he's growing up way too fast, and I adore him. So even when I'm exhausted and get really busy, I now set aside other grown-up responsibilities and make a fort, pretend to be a puppy, or make a fake dinner with him in his playhouse. I forget I'm his parent or an adult for a half hour and talk to him as if I were still his age. It makes him happier than anything in the world when mommy plays with him, but the real surprise was noticing that it made me happy too. That time isn't just quality time, it's something my soul treasures as downtime from the rest of my life. I genuinely enjoy it, and I think most other people would too if they would just try it. Forget how silly it makes you feel and just do it. Left my abusive relationship of 14 years. Setting rules for myself. After college had started, I spent a year drinking and eating pizza every other day, and at that time I thought, why shouldn't I keep doing it if I enjoy it? You can date anytime, so you should make the most out of what little time you have, right? The problem being, apart from health consequences, that it quickly becomes not enjoyable, and I realize now how miserable I was during that time. Most things are only fun when you do them occasionally. Sounds obvious, I know, but it was not obvious for my dumbass. Now I have set rules for myself that I can only drink on Sundays and only eat junk food once a month, and it's so much more rewarding and fun. I recently took up hand sewing. When I think of how many good pairs of jeans I've thrown away simply because the crotch ripped and all that we've taken to fix them was a double-threaded ladder stitch. Hiring a sleep coach to help figure out why my kids wouldn't sleep. She didn't suggest anything radical, just a bunch of little changes, but she held us accountable several times a day for 2 weeks through a shared spreadsheet, and the improvement was incredible. Kids slept way longer, were happier and better behaved. Spouse and I gained hours together in the evenings, had a way calmer home, and also got to sleep more. We hesitated for months because of sticker shock, but it ended up being a huge investment in our quality of life. Working out and deleting most social media like Twitter. Oh gosh, I couldn't believe how much happier I became after getting rid of Facebook. Buying a decent mattress. Well, a mattress topper at least. For the majority of my life since I hit puberty, I could never get to sleep quickly. I'd roll around for hours with my eyes closed and get comfortable but could never doze off, and when I woke up it was mostly just resigning myself to the fact that it was time to get out of bed whether I actually felt rested or not. I just assumed that I suffered from some kind of insomnia, and there wasn't much I could do about because I wasn't about to go down the route of taking sleeping pills and all the problems that can bring. Then one day I finally decided that if I was going to spend sleepless nights awake and tossing in bed, I was at least gonna be comfortable, so I bought a really nice memory foam mattress topper. I've never slept so good in my whole life, and my whole world changed. Add in a good shredded memory foam pillow and I'm in heaven. I'm out like a light in a few minutes and comfy as hell, so I wake up with tons of energy and a better outlook on life. Getting divorced? 10 out of 10 would recommend. When I stopped worrying about things I could not control, completely eliminated my general anxiety. Still I can't speak in public, but a catastrophic climate disaster. Sometimes it'd be like that. Play Minecraft. I'm a fully grown adult that used to think it was really stupid, but then my friend set up a server, and now we all play together. It's a wonderful creative outlet that isn't anywhere near as stressful as some games can be. Stop drinking and doing so much drugs. I was a terrible alcoholic with first signs of cirrhosis and puking and losing enough blood to need a transfusion, so kind of a wake-up call that still took years to actually stop altogether. Swap TV in the evenings for reading. I've read 19 books since March and my mental health has improved drastically since then. Not sure if it's because of the reading, but it's the biggest change I made. Understanding that just because they're your parents doesn't mean they get a mandatory place in your life. Although it's not what I wanted, walking away was the best thing for my mental health. Now that my father has passed, I seldom think of my mother and brother. If you haven't watched my other videos, then be sure to watch this one. I bet it will amaze you. Or you can watch all our videos in a row in this playlist. Write your stories in the comments, subscribe, turn on the bell, and go to our Discord. There we give you money for uploading our videos to TikTok. You uploaded, you gain views, you got money. Link in the comments.